When my company offered me a promotion that required relocating to a small town, I thought it was a blessing. It wasn't just a raise, it was stability, a slower life, and a chance to finally buy a house. I imagined my wife, Clara, and I sitting on a porch in the evenings, enjoying quiet sunsets after years of city chaos. But when I told her about the opportunity, she laughed, shook her head, and said coldly, "I'm not moving to that dull small town for your job." At first, I thought she was joking. Clara always had a playful tone, even during disagreements. But this time, her voice carried something sharper. She said she couldn't abandon her career connections and social life for what she called a place where nothing ever happens. I tried to reason with her, reminding her that I had supported her dream of starting a small design studio. Now it was my turn to chase stability. But she refused to even consider it. Over the next few days, I noticed her growing distant. She started spending late nights, working with clients, and often left her phone face down. The cheerful woman who once made me breakfast before I left for work now avoided me altogether. When I brought up moving again, she would sigh, roll her eyes, and change the subject. The warmth in our marriage began to fade like sunlight behind thick clouds. One evening, I came home early from work. Her car wasn't in the driveway, but her laptop was open on the counter. I wasn't the type to snoop, but something made me pause. A notification popped up, a message preview. It read, "Don't worry, babe, he'll move alone. Then we'll have more time together." My stomach turned cold. My hands trembled as I clicked the conversation open. The messages confirmed everything. She was having an affair with a coworker from her studio. I sat there, stunned, reading the words that shattered everything I had believed. She wasn't just unwilling to move, she had already decided to stay behind because she had someone else. The betrayal felt like a knife twisting deeper with every line I read. My heart wanted to scream, but my mind stayed strangely calm. I closed the laptop, packed my bag, and left the house without a word. That night, I stayed at a hotel. The next morning, I called my company and confirmed the transfer. I told them I'd move alone, immediately. When Clara came home and found me gone, she sent me a text, "Are you seriously leaving over a disagreement?" I replied, "No. I'm leaving because I finally saw the truth." She didn't respond. The small town was everything she had mocked, quiet, simple, slow. But it was also peaceful. I rented a modest house and focused on my new position. The first few weeks were lonely, but the silence gave me space to think. I started jogging in the mornings, meeting locals, and realizing how much energy I had wasted trying to please someone who never valued me. 2 months later, Clara called. Her voice was softer, almost pleading. She said she missed me, that the city felt empty without me, and that she'd made a mistake. I asked her if she had ended things with her coworker. She hesitated before saying, "It's complicated." That was all I needed to hear. I told her I hoped she found what she was looking for, and hung up. After that, she tried reaching out through mutual friends, claiming she wanted to visit. But I ignored every attempt. I had started building a new life, and there was no room in it for lies. The more distance I put between us, the clearer everything became. I hadn't lost a wife. I had escaped someone who was only loyal when it was convenient. Months passed, and my career flourished. The people in the town became like family. One of my colleagues introduced me to her friend, Amelia, a kind woman with a genuine smile who shared my love for quiet evenings and honest conversation. We started meeting for coffee, then dinner, and soon she became part of my world. Unlike Clara, she didn't chase excitement, she appreciated sincerity. One afternoon, I got an email from Clara. It wasn't long, just a few lines. "I heard you're doing well. I regret how things ended. I hope you can forgive me someday." I stared at the screen for a while before replying, "I already did. But forgiveness doesn't mean I'll ever go back." I pressed send and felt something lift off my chest. A year later, standing on that same porch I had once dreamed about, I finally had peace. The sunsets were just as beautiful as I had imagined, quiet, calm, and free of bitterness. Life didn't turn out the way I expected, but sometimes, losing what you thought you needed makes room for what you truly deserve. And as I watched the light fade over the hills, I realized Clara had been right about one thing. The town was dull, if you measured life by noise and chaos. But to me, it was the most peaceful place on earth, far away from the lies that once ruled my life.